This week, in a decision on a case involving one of the Capitol rioters, federal judge Amy Berman Jackson, in her decision, issued a warning to the United States as a whole. And she said that if Donald Trump continues to spread his big lie, and that is, of course, the lie that the election was somehow stolen, even though we all know it wasn't, but if he continues to do this, his crazed supporters, like the one that Jackson sees in her courtroom too frequently these days, are going to continue down their path of violence against the United States. Here's actually what she had to say. The steady drumbeat that inspired defendant to take up arms has not faded away. 6 months later, the canard that the election was stolen is being repeated daily on major news outlets and from the corridors of power in state and federal government, not to mention in the near daily fulminations of the former president. She's right. By the way, other federal judges too recently have been warning about the same thing. And these really are the people that we ought to be listening to right now, because these are the people hearing the cases, hearing from the crazed individuals who stormed the Capitol on January 6th. They're hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. Okay, these aren't outside observers. These aren't, political pundits making their predictions. These are people who are looking at these individuals, at these criminals, hearing the words coming out of the criminals, listening to their defenses and saying, oh my God, this is going to keep happening, because what radicalized these people is still happening out there. And as Jackson pointed out in her ruling, it's coming from Trump. It's coming from other lawmakers, Republican lawmakers. It's coming from Fox and Newsmax and OWN. All of these conservative groups, conservative people, they continue to spread this big lie, and it's only growing. And that's the most terrifying part. It's not dying down. It's actually getting worse. We now have Georgia doing election audits. Wisconsin announced on Thursday they're going to start doing it too. They're also pushing for audits in Michigan. The lie is spreading, not dying. The radicalization is growing, not fading away. And these judges see it firsthand in these defendants. And these are people that have spent their lives analyzing criminals. They have to understand what happened to these individuals, why they did what they did when they come up with their sentencing rulings. Okay, that's part of the logic that these individuals have. These federal judges have that. And they're looking at these people and they're saying, this is going to happen again. And this is going to continue happening if we continue to let the big lie spread. And that is a terrifying thought here in the United States. We all watched in horror as we saw the events of January 6th unfold on our TVs. I typically do not watch cable news. I don't watch cable news, and be honest. I did that day. Whenever I do, by the way, I do, if it's something like that, I turn it to CNN. Because usually they shut up when they're showing something like that. Like, they're not necessarily talking. So I watched it sitting right here at this desk on the computer in front of me, in shock. And I've been doing this for 17 years. I've never seen anything like that. And I hope to never see anything like that again. But these judges are telling us, with what they see in these defendants, it's going to happen again. If the lie doesn't stop, it's going to continue to happen. And that is part of the reason why Trump comes out there with these lies, why we always try to refute them, why we come on and we do more segments about them. Yes, it's exhausting for you. It's exhausting for us to have to do it, but we have to do it. We do have an obligation to continue to refute these lies in the hopes that maybe we can reach some of these individuals and prevent as much violence as possible. Because if we don't, these judges are telling us it's going to happen again.